Players discuss the worth of solo banners in Love and Deepspace. Do you skip or pull these cards? I'm about to tell you all of the tea on this particular topic. Welcome back, my fellow flowers of Linkon. In today's video, I thought we would dive into a very interesting topic, a very hot topic at the moment, which is solo banner cards or solo limited wish pools in Love and Deepspace, and are they really worth your precious resources and diamonds? Is it something that you should avoid, or is it something that you should pull on? Now, obviously, the answers to these questions can vary greatly depending on what is your goal, what are your priorities, what is your gameplay, mindset, what is your play style. Are you free to play, low spender, mid spender, or high spender? It's going to depend on a lot of different factors. So what applies to you might not apply to somebody else, but hopefully through listening to somebody else's, opinions and discussions, you can, maybe if you're having a dilemma, you can now come to terms with a new decision, or you can agree to disagree politely, whatever it is. And I will give you my thoughts on the matter towards the end of the video. So as always, let us take to Reddit a huge shout out and thanks to all of the lovely huntresses, hunters, etc. that post their thoughts and opinions for all of us to engage with. And let us begin, shall we? The post reads, solo banners. Am I the only one who feels like it's not worth it to pull on a solo banner or solo banners as a free-to-play or low spender? I feel like multis are better for us who can't afford to pull on a lot of banners, since they give us an outfit, some free pulls, plus there's a chance to get more than one limited card in 140 or less pulls. As a Silas main, I'm planning on skipping this solo and waiting for a multi-banner with a theme that I like. Some responses which stood out to me, this first one, depends on what your priorities are. Are you pulling for the card and story or the extras? I prefer solos because they're specifically written for each love interest instead of a generic theme for all of them. This player says, as someone who only mains one guy and plays the game for the story above everything else, brackets with battle a close second and the actual romancing part not that far behind, solos are honestly my favorite part of the game. This is excluding the myths, obviously, since those are basically extremely detailed, lengthy solos. But Xavier's Silver Polyphony or Silvery Polyphony is one of my favorite cards in the entire game, and I really didn't regret spending as little as I did on Wonder in Wonder since I was able to pull for that Xavi solo. This one reads, I agree. I've never regretted pulling on any of Zane's solos, and I prioritize his solo banners over the multis. Helps that each love interest only gets 2 this year, that is 1 solo and 1 birthday, and that was earlier this year. We can also include reruns in case you weren't able to get the original birthday card last year. So yeah, just putting that note over there. I got his birthday, so now I just need his myth. For solo banners, I think I'm only missing exclusive tutorial. Still pains me to this day. I hope they rerun it soon. This one says, I hate the generic theme in the recent multi-banners. It is not comparable to the older multis like Nightly Rendezvous, this is so funny. Nightly Rendezvous or Wander in Wonder, where each ally had a unique story, and now I feel the outfits are literally copy and paste with different colors among the love interests. I'm not saying I hate them, I just wish that there were less multi-banners in a year than solos. Another player says, in terms of playing the game strategically as a free-to-play player, yeah, solos aren't really worth it, but I only play strategically half the time. This time I am pulling for soft Silas. To which then the OP or the original poster replied by saying, you're so valid for that. I'm lucky I made an alternate account or alt account for occasions like this, so I won't feel too bad by not pulling on my main. This is actually so relatable. I am somebody that also has an alt account, or actually a second and a third alt account. I made a second one my second one is Zane focused, and my third one is for now Xavier focused. So because I want to try to get Lumiere when the Lumiere rerun, I'm assuming a Lumiere rerun will come around maybe again next year. So because Infold obviously will have to consider an influx of newer players that's going to join in the coming years, right? And I feel like they will make a lot of money, obviously, for people that want to get myth cards in the future. And if you're choosing to, though, by the way, just for context, my second and third alts are 100% free to play, and even my main account is turning into something of 100% free to play, account going forward, because I just want to be more strategic with my pulls. So yeah. Next up, this player says, yes, solo banners are the worst value. No free limited pulls, no crates, bonuses added to the lunar shop later. If I was somebody who was low on pulls, solos would be the first thing that I would skip. But as a Silas main who is tired of multi-banner themed banners with forced stories that try to fit everyone, I still wish we had more solo content instead. Now, this next comment, which another player said, I wholeheartedly agree. The first sentence: pose at 50 pulls versus the outfit at 75 pulls for a solo banner. That is honestly amazing. Like, there are so many different and unique solo outfits. They have done different outfits for all of the guys for each solo banner. So, Infold could definitely put the outfit for the guys on these solo banners at the 75th pull. They could easily do it. Hard pity is about the same number of pulls if you don't get your precise wish at soft pity. I'd say the main benefit of a multi-banner is if you build teams for more than one love interest. If you are a strict solo main, the difference is fairly minimal in my opinion. You don't get free 10 pulls, but if you go in with a guarantee, that is a guaranteed 5-star, it is actually worth it. Going into a multi-banner with a guarantee is still only 33% chance for your precise wish. Then another player says, for me, I usually skip solos since I main all of them almost equally. Plus, a card might take me 140 pulls, while in a multi-banner, I could get the card along with 2 outfits or even 2 cards if I get a precise or precise wish. But if I were a Silas main only, I would definitely pull, because as a low spender, you might just focus on his myths and skip others and stop once you get his card from the other multis. So that's a different situation. For free-to-play players, it's harder to decide. I'd say first check if you have enough to pull for his myths if you don't already have his first limited one, that is the Abyssum Sovereign or Dragon myth, which is actually his second myth, but that is his first limited myth. So that's what they meant. And for his next multi-banner card, from there you can decide whether you can or can't pull. Another player said, from a Silas main, save for the incoming myths. Next months are going to be savage. By the way, I am not pulling on this solo, but for the next multi-banner, yes. This next one reads, I can see that perspective. I can also see multi-banners being more worth it if you want the outfits of the love interest without having to use purple gems. I personally like it even if the outfits are generic, because even if there's less of a canon reason why Zayn might not wear Speedos, I like Speedos and I like Zayn, so seeing him in Speedos would be great. Okay, in all honesty, the first time I read this comment, I was cracking up and giggling like a little schoolgirl. Okay, anyways. Perhaps if they did it less frequently, it wouldn't rub others the wrong way. I just think it's nice to get my love interest in on the fun. They definitely need to release solo outfits again. So many good outfits I want to get. Absolutely. This comment reads, personally, I don't think it's worth it unless I really want the card. I mainly pull for myths as a low spender because the better you get at Senior Hunter contest, the more gems you can farm. This player says, definitely not the only one. However, I don't share your sentiment. I largely pull for team building. If it's a Stalactrum I need, then it is not a waste. Silas is my fave, so I skipped Zayn, sorry Zayn, to pull my man Sai. Also, if you are a Silas main, just keep in mind that he doesn't really have as many Stalactrum options as the original 3 men. For me, a waste would be not trying to earn stars on the Senior Hunter contest, because that's where a lot of renewable diamonds or gems come from. Bracket, not saying that's what you're doing, by the way. So those were all the very interesting opinions of all the different players on their thoughts and feelings about solo banners and whether they should skip or pull. So I feel like it's a mixed pool of responses, if I'm being completely honest. As for my takes or my thoughts, it depends. All right, it does depend on Stalactrum color, that's for sure, but I really genuinely avoid solo banners apart from the birthday cards. Even then, I think multiple times before I pull on a birthday card, only if I've lowered my pity or if I know that I'm gonna get a guaranteed 5-star and my pulls are like 20, 30 or 40 pulls away from the guaranteed 5-star is when I will pull, if it's a birthday card. But if it's not, I really don't pull on any other solos personally, because it does eat up a lot of my resources, and I'm somebody who prioritizes multis and multi-banners and myth banners the most, right? Like, if I have to skip a birthday, if I have to skip solos, I have skipped all reruns as well, I can do that. But when it comes to new myths and multis, even then I'm not heavily placing too much importance on multi-banners going forward as well, but mainly the myths, because I have gotten to a point where on my main account, I feel like I have reached endgame or close to endgame on my main account, because I can successfully do Senior Hunter contest. I'm not that good at it, by the way, not particularly good at it. I'm able to get a maximum now of 21 out of 36 stars in Senior Hunter contest, and while that's not too bad, it's not the best, and I would like to aim to at least get 33 out of 36 stars, if not the full 36. Of course, getting the complete 36 out of 36 stars would be the ultimate goal, which is why I'm going with the mentality of following the lovely Duchess underscore Aria's 100% free to play for fun play style with a focus on one love interest, but of course still having teams for the still having very good myths, standard or the primary myths, which is available in the permanent pool for all of the other guys. The thing is, for me, in terms of the original three guys, I do not have Raphael, Zane's, or Xavier's original second limited myths. I don't have those. I have Silas's and Caleb's second myths, and now going forward, I would like to prioritize Zane and Silas's third myths. Now this year I was able to get Silas's not Silas. Silas beyond my brain. Okay, I will get to you, Silas. Okay, I'm gonna get to his how did my pulls go for his passionate appraisal card. I will get to that in a second. So I was able to get Caleb's ultimate XO2 companion in, I think, around 150 pulls. Yeah, and I made a total of 160 because they ended up giving us some free pulls because the CN girlies topped the charts for us as always. So 160 pulls. But I was able to get, in those 160 pulls, believe it or not, I was able to get literally like five stars before reaching the crate. And I managed to get one of his myth cards a second time. Because of the crate, I was able to R1 one of his cards. Not intentional. I was expecting my pulls to go badly because Silas's dragon myth last year really took me all the way to 150 pulls, and I lost my second 50-50, and I had to go with the crate for him. So Silas's dragon myth were my worst myth pulls so far. For Raphael's Lemurian Sea God, I have his third myth. He was really nice to me. He was able to give me his companion in 123 pulls. For Xavier, I literally got one half of his King of Dark Knight by fluke. I literally just made one singular pull. I was 68 or 69 pulls away from a guaranteed 5-star. I could have lost my 50-50. I wasn't sure, or won it. But it won. I won, and I was able to get one card. I tried to complete the pair, but I couldn't. I made 102 pulls on the KOD banner, and I lost my second 50-50 to a standard Silas card. Silas was like, no baby, not today. So I might complete his KOD myth pair maybe next year when the rerun happens. So if I'm being completely honest, the only two banners that I truly care about for the rest of 2025 or for the rest of the year is literally Zane and Silas's myth cards. Like third new myths. That is all I really care about. I'm prepared to even skip everything else or skip every other banner that comes in between because of how difficult it is to earn a sustainable set of diamonds when you are close to end game or late game. It becomes difficult. Like, I'm somebody who has been playing for over a year now. Like, I started playing in Misty Invasion of August last year, for those of you who don't know. So yes, the diamond resources have definitely started to dry up, with apart from like the dailies and weeklies and monthlies and other in-game event rewards and such, my only other sustainable way of getting diamonds is literally the Senior Hunter contest for me. Even with Abyssal Chaos and the Unicorns operation, I just have a few diamonds to collect from things like codes, items, and code sets, like very few things. But the majority of diamond rewards I have already collected from those avenues in the game. So for me, trying to get, and of course there's reading new cards as you get them and such, but it's a slow process, okay? And I don't mind that it's a slow burn process anyways, because my initial, mindset when I went into the game wasn't really battle focused, but it's something that I started to care about like 5 to 6 months into my gameplay. That's when I started, to really care about it. Now, as for my Silas Passionate Appraisal pulls, it did not go very well. I was 46 pulls away from a 5-star. I was on a 50-50, so not sure if I would win or lose it. And then my darling Xavier decided he needed to crash the party, which is totally okay. I'm actually super happy on the bright side about the Xavier card that I lost to, because it was actually his Lightseeker myth card, which I was very happy with, because I anyways would love to rank up all of my myth cards, whether they're primary, secondary, tertiary, whatever. Like, that would be the ideal dream. Not tertiary. let me scratch that. I do not R1, R2 or R3 my secondary or tertiary limited myths in the future. If it does happen, it happens by pure luck, but that is not really something I really aim for. R0 is fine with me, but at least for the primary or the first myths or standard myths for all the guys, I would like to R3 those eventually. And I feel like I will be able to achieve that since I've been playing for over a year now, so I'm almost there to achieving that goal. And when it comes to the accessory and the pulls, yes, I made a total of 53 pulls. I had started with 9.6, something like the 9.6 or 9.7k diamonds, and I had a 10 permanent deep space wish pulls, which I saved from when Love and Deepspace won the best mobile game of the award at Gamescom. I had saved those pulls from that time and decided to use those pulls during this particular banner. So if I'm being 100% honest, I was okay with losing my 50-50 here, because now this pretty much means that whatever the next banner is, it's fine, doesn't matter, but I will be saving for Zane's third limited myth and Silas's third limited myth. So whatever myth I pull on next, I will at least be guaranteed to get one card. So that is why I'm not even upset, wholeheartedly that upset. Yes, was I a tiny bit sad? Of course, right? Like which Silas main or Silas enthusiast doesn't want to be nuzzled and snuggled up to and smooched while you're sick by this delicious crow dragon king? Okay, I'm sure no one is gonna say no to that if you love Silas. Okay, but on a serious note, I do wish, like another commenter had said, that for solo banners like this, like Silas's current Passionate Appraisal banner, that on the 75th pull there should be the outfit that the guy is wearing on the current solo banner, right? Like imagine how many outfits we don't have from the solo banners last year to the solo banners this year. They could easily pull on this, they could easily give us the outfit at the 75th pull. Imagine how many more people would be more compelled to pull when they know that we'll have a chance to get that outfit. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they haven't done that. I'm not sure if they plan to eventually release these outfits in the purple gem shop, in the red gem shop, or are they going to give it like as a limited time deal where they will probably for the anniversary. It's either they give us these outfits for free on the anniversary, but this is just my wishful thinking and my copium, okay? Or they're going to make it like a limited time paid offer thing. I don't know what they're going to do, but I feel like it's either or, and bringing it to the abandoned chocolate shop is the least likely. Okay, so I just don't know. And overall, when it comes to value, yes, for solo banners, again, I'm not one to decide for you, but if you are choosing to be free to play or mostly free to play or 100% free to play, it is true, your first priority in the game especially if you're somebody who is first starting out, your aim should be to save as many diamonds as possible as a newcomer for the myths. Like whatever is the new myth coming out, prioritize the new myths first, because those cards will really, really carry you in battle. Of course, you might not see the effect straight away. It's going to take you a couple of months, weeks, whatever it might be to build those teams. But you will be so thankful that you saved up those myths. You saved up diamonds, for those said myths, because they're going to carry you in battles and you will notice that over time slowly. Of course, if you are a mid spender or higher spender or very high spender, you're going to get every card regardless. So this video might not even really apply to you at all, because in any case, you might be getting all of the cards. That's totally fine. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. More power to you. And I appreciate you for keeping the game alive and well. I love you for that. And for the rest of us who are really being very selective with our pulls, I stand with you. It's totally relatable and I relate with you on so many levels. And I agree in being more strategic with pulls, and skipping banners is very normal for me. That is also another secret to truly saving up and accumulating a large amount of diamonds, is you have to skip lots of banners and you have to be prepared to save for the ones that truly is going to impact your gameplay. Remember to play at your own pace and take things one step at a time, take deep breaths, and let me know in the comment section below. Do you love solo banners, pull or skip? I will see you in the next one, my flowers. Bye bye.